president literally was just out moments ago indicating a $2,000+ stimulus check, or what he's calling a dividend for everybody. Seriously, I want to bring this to your attention right here, right now, and explain exactly what the president just said in a Truth Social post literally moments ago, as he is now calling on a $2,000+ stimulus check or dividend to literally everybody except for high income people. Now, I'm going to pull it up on my phone here in just a second, and I will read exactly what he wrote to you. But before I say that, I just want to say this. If this is your first time watching these videos, or if this is your first time on the channel here, I just want to say I typically don't dress like this in my videos, but honestly, I had a late start this morning. I was doing a bunch of research this morning. This hit the wire, and I was like, I got to talk about this right here. I'm going to throw on a hat, throw on a sweatshirt. So here I am. Okay. All right. Anyway, I have the post right here. I'm going to read it to you. Okay. So as you all know, we probably know this anyway, I'm blind, so I'm going to have my phone read it to me, and then I'm just going to read back to you exactly what my phone says. But the president just announced this again because of the tariff revenues. We've been talking about this for so long now. Okay. The president continues to come back multiple times. This is now his fourth time this year since his inauguration that he has endorsed the distribution of money. Back in February, it was the $5,000 Doge dividend. In what was it? In August, it was the $600 rebate check, that one. And then in early October, he talked about a $1,000 to $2,000 payment. And now literally moments ago, he just wrote on Truth Social a $2,000+ stimulus check, or dividend, he keeps calling it, for everybody except for high income people. Real thing. This is very exciting. And again, he wants to get the money out of the tariff revenues. That's where this money is going to come from. That's incredible. Seriously, let me read this to you here. As far as what he just said, what he posted, and then you can hear it for yourself, exactly what the president said about this. This is awesome. But seriously, I want to throw this out there super fast. About a month ago in early October, when he was out in that interview, in fact, I just had a video a couple days ago about it. I've had people reaching out saying, hey, can we hear the president saying this? So I literally just featured that clip again a couple days ago in a separate video, so you could hear the president saying, but he said $1,000 to $2,000. In this Truth Social post right here that I'm going to read to you in a second, he's saying at least $2,000. At least? Really? That changed a lot. Going from $1,000 to $2,000 to now being at least $2,000 to everybody except for high income people. Real thing. All right, let me read this to you. Okay, here we go. Again, here, just stick with me on this. I'm going to have my phone read it to me, and then I'm going to rehearse it back to you. Okay? All right, here we go. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high income people, will be paid to everyone. He just wrote this. Okay. The president just wrote that. Let me say it again. I know it's kind of weird. Sorry, I'm blind. I can't see it. I'm just reading it to you after what my phone is reading to me. Okay, hang on. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high income people, will be paid to everyone. Not maybe. Notice he said will be paid to everyone. This is nuts. This is nuts, right? This is nuts. I mean, seriously. Okay. And again, I know that some people reach out in the comment section and say things like, oh, the president can say all he wants, but we need to see it. I'll believe it when I see it in my account. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. It's totally fine. But here's the deal. I've also been mentioning for quite a while now as well. I've mentioned this in videos recently. Okay. And, you know, I get all kinds of comments on it, but seriously, I've been pointing out multiple different catalysts that I've been pointing out between now and basically the next, call it year, not even year, the next like 11.5 months or so. I've been pointing out multiple different catalysts, and I keep saying, watch these. If any of these things happen, the distribution of stimulus becomes significantly higher if any of these actually happen. Well, one of them is, well, actually, I shouldn't say just one of them. I mean, there's multiple of them right now. But obviously the tariff situation, that's where he wants to get the money from. The midterm elections coming up, I mean, less than a year from right now. That's another major one right there. He keeps throwing out all these ideas. Again, this is the fourth time he has endorsed the distribution of money. And again, it could be called a stimulus, a rebate, a distribution, a dividend. Don't worry about what they call it. The name does not matter. Who cares? It's the distribution of money. They can call it a dividend, whatever they want. It does not matter. It's the distribution of money. And notice, he said to everyone except for high income people. Okay, well, what's high income people, right? So we'll have to figure that out. And again, to be fair with you, over the last several years here, when they have had stimulus checks distributed, they typically identify the income threshold. And again, I have no idea what the president is thinking here as far as what he's identifying as a high income person, but I'm just going to say for reference purposes, the last several stimulus checks that we got back in 2020, 2021, the threshold was $75,000 as an individual or 150 grand as a married couple. Do most people earn less than that? Yes, absolutely. Most people earn way less than that, right? In fact, that included about 85% of the population, okay? Now, also, I know this was as well, a lot of you in this community that receive Social Security, SSDI, Survivor, Spousal, SSI, VA, RRB, low-income, fixed income, seniors, people with disabilities. I see this comment. Honestly, I wish I had a nickel for every time that I saw this comment. I see this comment all the time, which is, we're not going to get it because we don't file a tax return. It does not matter. Filing a tax return has nothing to do with getting this money. Nothing. Nada. All I want to say is this. Look at your income as a result of the threshold they put in the sand. Okay, the line in the sand that they put the threshold at, whatever that happens to be, 75 grand as an individual, 150 as a married couple, whatever it happens to be. All you need to look at is your income below the threshold? Who cares if you file a tax return? It does not matter if you are a senior, person with disabilities, living strictly on Social Security, SSI, anything like that. It does not matter whatsoever. All they look at is your income. The only thing that typically sets these off, as in offsets them, I meant to say, is typically if you owe money, as in a liability to the federal government, as in tax, tax liability. They're not going to pay you something if you owe the federal government money. They're going to take it and they're going to keep it and they're going to offset your tax liability. Example, let's just say that you owe them $10,000 in back taxes. They're not going to give you $2,000. They're going to keep the $2,000 and offset your liability to them by $2,000. So then, therefore, the $10,000 that you owed them is now $8,000. Does that make sense? Okay. In some rare instances, if you owe back child support, the money would be garnished for that. There's some rare instances, but the vast majority of people are eligible for this. Okay. Obviously, we don't know any other details at this moment. The president literally just wrote this moments ago before I started this live stream. And this is what we're at. Okay. We don't know what he's thinking as far as income thresholds. We don't know what his definition is of a high income person. There's a lot of other factors here we still don't know the details about yet. But this is, again, the fourth time in literally the last 10 months that he has endorsed the distribution of money. Again, $5,000 back in February, the Doge dividend, the $600 rebate back in August, the $1,000 to $2,000 back in the beginning of October. I just highlighted the clip again a couple days ago because I've had people asking me about that from the interview he was out in. And now, right here, right now, today, practically in, well, it's almost the middle of November already, right? Right here, right now, he just endorsed this. And again, wrote this on Truth Social literally moments ago. So there you go. Let me read this again to you right here, right now. If you're just joining the live stream right here, again, you might be thinking, like, why are you wearing a hat and a sweatshirt? I'm going to be honest with you. I've had a late morning today. I accidentally slept through my alarm, which, like, honestly never happens. And then I got up and I'm doing research all morning. This just came across and I was like, I don't have time to get ready. I'm going to throw a hat on and a sweatshirt and I'm doing a live stream right here. This is me raw. Haven't even had a shave. I haven't even had a chance to shave yet this morning, which is why I practically have a beard, right? Seriously, this is me like totally raw right here, right now. All right, anyway, let me read this again to you, okay? So stop talking. Okay, anyway. Right here, right now, if you're joining live right here, I'm going to read exactly what the president just wrote on Truth Social this morning, moments ago, exactly what he said, and we can talk about it a little bit further. Okay, I'm going to read this to you word for word, what the president just wrote. Okay. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. Okay, that's what the president just said. Literally just said that. Okay, where's he getting the money from? Tariffs. Remember, the tariffs are bringing in about $1 billion a day, and they have been. They're projecting to bring in about $350 billion a year going forward, or at least, for at least the next year or two. Obviously, it's going to continue to increase above that for the more time that we go on, but this is crazy, right? So, I mean, let's think of that, though. At least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people. Again, we don't know what he's going to consider as high-income people. Let's assume it's the same threshold as they had the last couple of years here, 75 grand as an individual, 150 as a married couple. Let's assume that. That's 85% of our population. Okay, we also don't know about dependents, right? Would dependents also get 2 grand? Would they get 600 like back in, a few years ago when the first stimulus checks were rolled out? Dependents got $600, right? So would dependents also get 2 grand? We don't know. We don't know that yet, okay? But let's just run some super simple math here. There's 334 million people in the country. What's 85% of that? Let me figure it out. 334 multiplied by 0.85.
334 times 0.85 is 283.9.
Okay, so let's call it 284 million people. Okay, just rounding purposes. 284 million times $2,000 a piece is 570 billion, if my math is right on that. 284 multiplied by 2.
284 times 2 is 568.
Oh, sorry, I was off by 2. $568 billion is what that would cost. I'm gonna be fair with you. That's a lot of money. That's more than they're anticipating bringing in for like a year and a half worth of tariffs. Okay, that's a lot of money. So they might have to really shave this down, or they might have to kind of play around with these numbers a little bit. I don't know, but I'm just saying 568 billion is what that would cost if they sent it out to 85% of the population. 2 grand a piece, be a lot of money, right? 568 billion according to these rough numbers that is calculated. So, wow. Okay. Anyway, if you're just jumping on right here, right now, let me read this to you again one more time. What the president just wrote on Truth Social this morning, calling on a $2,000+ dividend for everybody, excluding high-income people. This is exciting. All right. Anyway, let me read it to you again. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. That's what he just wrote. Okay, there you go. Everyone will be paid to everyone. I like the conviction behind this. Will be paid to everyone. Not maybe, not we're thinking about it, not might, but will be paid to everybody. I love that. That's great. Okay. Okay. Anyway, this just came across. I wanted to bring it to your attention immediately. I didn't have time to, get all ready, stuff like that. I just thought I'm going to jump on a live stream right here, right now. So this is me right here, right now on a lazy Sunday morning at the moment. Like, I don't have any lazy days. I'm going to be fair with you. I work 24/7, 7 days a week. Obviously, I'm doing research for all of you. I happen to have a lazy or a late start to this morning. And then this came across the wire and here I am raw. Okay. Anyway, I hope this helps you. I will certainly be back a little bit later with more information on this. But wanted to come back for you right here, right now, bring this information to you so you can see exactly what's going on. This is nuts. Drop your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. I know there's going to be a ton of questions on this. I will bring it to your attention immediately as we get more information. Hang on one second. I'm going to text my wife, Corey, have her help me. But anyway, stay tuned on this. I'm guessing we're going to get a whole lot more information on this. If you're just jumping on right here, right now, I've already done a couple little recaps, but just super fast while I wait for Corey to come in to help me out here, which is this. The president just posted on Truth Social this morning indicating the distribution of at least a $2,000 dividend payment for everybody except high-income people. Okay, interesting stuff. So roll this live stream back a few minutes, watch from the beginning, watch the first like 10 minutes or whatever. I talked about it all there. Otherwise, stay tuned. There's going to be a whole lot more information about this, along with the food stamp situation coming up later, as that 48-hour stay will be expiring. A lot of things happening. All right, anyway, stay tuned. Please make sure to subscribe if you have not done so. 100%